Heyo, Hudson here with Planet 4 Gaming. It has now been a year since I've been uploading videos to this channel. Kinda crazy. I don't know how many people have been subscribed to this channel for a year and actually care to watch my videos. But yeah, it's been a year. So, I decided that I should go back to the very first plane I flew while doing commentary on this channel, which is of course the Yak-9K, just to see how it compares to how it was back then and what I think of it, because I haven't actually flown it all that much, if at all, since then. So what do I think of it overall? Well, there are two changes that I noticed. One may not actually be a change, but something I just happened to notice. But two changes that I've noticed. The first is it overheats now. I don't think anything overheated back then. But yeah, it overheats now. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's just one of those planes where you throttle back for a bit and eventually it'll cool down. So that's no big deal. And the other thing is the hit detection seems to be pretty fucking wonky. You know how it goes with the large caliber cannons that tend to hit their mark spot on, but you just get this orange like cloud instead of an explosion? Yeah, that. I never noticed that before. Maybe it was in the game, but I don't think it was. Anyway, this plane has a very big problem with that. The sparking ammunition not doing any damage. So yeah, those are the two main things. And I'm about to be in a full game here in a bit, so I'll try to yep, full game. Look at that. I'm up against the Japs on Zhengzhou. And you know, this is one of those planes, like most Russian planes, you just adapt based on who you're going up against. Against the Japs, you're going to have to use your speed to your advantage. Maybe not use it as a boom and zoom, because you're probably not going to be out climbing the zeros or anything, but just keep your distance, outrun them. Do what I'm doing here, use your friends as bait, then just totally whack those motherfuckers with one shot with your 45mm cannon, send them tumbling down to earth, wondering what hit them, clip their wings, make them totally embarrassed and ashamed, and that's the way you do it. So after getting that zero off my guy, I leave him on his own and decide to drop down and see what's going on down here. I try to look for enemy planes on one of my friendlies so I can help them out while also making them easier targets. So yeah, that's how I like to do things. Looks like that zero's on one of my guys, but just shot him down, so I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna head after this Zero and B7A2, which are tailing my LA5, see if I can lend them a hand or at least pick up some kills. So yeah, just diving in here. Looks like the Zero breaks off because he's smart. Try to line up a shot here in the B7A2, and no, I miss, but that's no big deal. I've got plenty of speed built up, and I can just go into a loop and set up another attack. Now, this is obviously the Japs are going to outturn me, so I'm not going to go into tight turns. I'm just going to go in, get off my shots, and then get out. And this guy lines up an easy shot for me. First round sparks, second one completely obliterates him and sends him into a massive fireball on the ground. No big deal. B7 and A2 is on my tail, but I'm outrunning him, so he breaks off. He's got to dodge my guys coming in after him. So that gives me an opportunity to turn around and get my attack run going. So he's trying to fly underneath me, get off a shot. That sparks, I believe. And I just loop over, get back on his tail again, line up another shot. That one sparks. Another one. Miss or something. I'm getting pretty crazy now with my aim. I'm starting to lose my shit. But yeah, he gets on fire too. Surprisingly, no important parts broke off of his plane. Pretty impressive for the B-7A2 being able to survive a direct hit from the 45mm. Gotta give him credit where it's due. But as you could see there, I got perfect hits several times, probably 2 or 3 times, and they didn't do anything. That's like the biggest problem for me with this plane. I didn't notice it a year ago. Maybe it happened and I was just dumber back then, but it didn't seem to be a problem. So, looks like this Zero is the last guy in the area. We've got him swarmed and he's going down for sure, but I might as well make myself the one who gets him. Line up a shot, miss. Second one excises his wing. I put some machine gun rounds in him to make sure no one steals that shit. And that's kill number 4. All in all, a great game for me. I matched my previous record in the last Yak-9K video, which is what I was kind of going for when I wanted to record. So yeah, that's awesome. 4-kill game, top of the leaderboard. I can't really ask for anything else. Now they've got 2 guys left and we've got 5, so they could still potentially win if they play their cards right. But is that really going to happen? No, probably not. So we're hunting for the last 2 fighters who have been making themselves scarce, and naturally the first place to go is the enemy base. It's happened before that there was just 2 guys sitting on the runway, AFK presumably, and that was the case this time. Just 1 guy sitting on the runway not doing anything, so they take him out pretty quickly. It looks like they're sticking around to take out the base AA. I'm not gonna do that because it's usually deadly accurate after a certain amount of time and I don't want to die. So I'm going to take out some of these soft targets, AAA vehicles over here. And the 45 is great for one-hitting those. I've never taken out a tank with it. I believe the Yak-9T can do it with the armor-piercing rounds, but I'm pretty sure this can't take out tanks. If you have any experience with that, though, where you have taken out tanks, please leave a comment, because I would like to know how you did it. And well, that's it really. I want to know how you did it, because I would really like to do that. But ironically, I get 1 hit by the shitty mobile AA, and now my rudder and elevators are completely blacked out. So I head back to base. I have some control over it, but not enough to do combat-related activities. So I'm just kind of throttling back, starting to slow down to make my landing approach, and that's when I realized something very, very bad, which is the main thing keeping my plane in the air was the engine power. So once I throttled back, I began losing control and just dropping. So instinctively I throttled back up, but it was way too late, and now I'm going right into the ground. Obviously the plane survived the impact. Well, most of it. The wings didn't. But I survived, and I can still sit here until the game ends. I just missed the runway, and even if I got to the runway, I kind of doubt I would have been able to repair with that damage. But This is where the game gets pretty frustrating, boring, and infuriating. We still have 4 guys left, I suppose, 3 or 4. And the enemy has 1 player who is nowhere to be seen. Well, I'll just spoil it for you. He's up at like 10K meters, just like dicking around. And this is kind of the thing that like annoys me about the player base of this game. We have a bunch of fucking dickheads getting in the game, just taking advantage of the ground troop levels, and waiting the whole fucking hour of the game, giving me fucking 100 gigs of video recordings, taking up space on my hard drive, because I decided to fraps the whole fucking thing. Anyway, yeah, I don't like those kind of players. I would expect that shit from a P80, F80 player on the Americans, being totally passive and not getting in the fight. But I don't expect that from a Japanese player flying none other than the KI-84 Ko, one of the most under-tiered planes in the game. Eventually he waits it out till it's just 1 guy up in the air and he's flying a Yak-3P. I mean, the Yak-3P could probably give the KI-84 a run for its money. But like, most of the players are flying Yak-9s, early LA-5s. Fighting those things in a KI-84 with an altitude advantage is like curb stomping an infant. It's not a fair fight at all. And this fucking bitch is up there dicking around. Like, I can understand if he's totally stoned, then maybe I could get why you would do that kind of shit, but what's the point of playing if you're gonna fucking sit there? Get Microsoft Flight Simulator or some shit if you want to fly like that. Why are you playing War Thunder? So yeah, I'm not the kind of guy that gets butthurt super easily, but that really got under my skin. He won the fucking game. He won the game. It was 5 against 1, and he won by doing nothing. Fix that shit, Gaijin. You fucked up big time with that bullshit. Anyway, yeah, he didn't see any combat at all, by the way. He had zeros across the board until the end of the game where he decided to take a few shots at me. But anyway, his name is out there now. If you want to harass him, berate him, I won't tell you to do that, but I won't tell you not to either. I reported him. I don't usually do that, but and what's it gonna do? They're not gonna do jack shit. But I did it anyway. So make up your own mind on that. Do whatever you wish. I don't fucking care. So enough of that bullshit. What do I think of the Yak-9K overall compared to a year ago? Well, it's still a very rewarding plane to fly. When you connect and you get a good solid hit, no sparks or that bullshit, and just completely destroy the enemy plane, there's no better feeling in the world than that. It's the best thing ever, pretty much. That tells you a lot about me, by the way. So yeah, that's all great. It performs good. It's balanced perfectly for where it is. The one weird thing is, by the way, Mags brought this up in his Yak-9 video that he uploaded recently. It doesn't get any control stiffening when you're in a dive at high speeds. It handles exactly the same as when you're at like 300 kilometers per hour. So use that to your advantage, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's just something weird I noticed. I didn't think of it before. So there's that. I've never ripped the wings off this or anything. I don't go much over 600 kilometers per hour anyway, so just use whatever caution you would normally use in that situation. And just fire short controlled bursts, conserve ammo as best you can. If you're not good at using planes with limited ammo where you have to really focus on aiming your shots, then this probably isn't right for you. You should go down the LA5 line. But I would still say it's a very fun plane to go out in once you get the hang of it. So, I suppose that's it, isn't it? Got any questions? Leave them below. And this has been Hudson with Planet 4 Gaming. Thank you for watching, and get the fuck out of here.